Hey guys, welcome back to the Girls Chat podcast.
Hey yo.
Casey, you have table topics today, right?
It says, if you could share a bottle of wine with anyone in the world, who would you choose?
That's a good question.
Only one person? I mean, it didn't specify.
Yeah, it says with anyone in the world.
With anyone in the world.
Well, who would yours be?
Nas.
Of course.
Bottle of cherry wine. He has a song.
He has a
Oh, I like that.
Well, I think it's just in the moment of today. My mom just spoke to my great grandma, and she's 109, and she's like not doing as well as she was before, which is like expected. Of course, it's sad to think of someone like leaving the physical vessel, but she's lived 109 years, so it's like you can't help but celebrate. And I can't have a bottle of wine with her now at 109, so I would love to sit down and have a bottle of wine with my great grandma and hear what the freak she's seen over 109 years. Oh my god, I can't help but say
Okay,
freak now.
Start from year one.
Right.
Let me know what you remember of your first
Yeah, so that would be cool. That would be cool.
Well, I'm gonna say I'd love to share a bottle of wine with myself.
Yo,
you can't have
Because
one.
I can't have it right now, so it would definitely be myself.
That's a good
That's
answer.
deep.
Now that I think about it.
I don't know. That's a really hard question. One person to narrow it down.
I mean, it doesn't mean it has to be the last person you'll ever share a bottle of wine with. It's just somebody.
Anybody in the world.
You too. Well, she's
I probably
thinking, or
would.
everyone's thinking.
Probably Biggie.
Here you go.
Biggie. That's my brother. And I just never got the chance to meet him. So.
To meet him.
She said, so I'd really.
That's so hard for me. I really don't know. I guess I would say my grandma too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool. Either one of them too.
Yeah, just because like now we're older, and
Yeah.
it's like I feel like we've said this before with like our parents. When you get older, you just hit a different level when you can sit down and have a drink with your parents.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like
that's literally who's mine. So mine would be my mom, just because it's my favorite person to open a bottle of wine with. I do it every time I'm with her, and it's like our thing. Like 2 bottles of wine, but whatever. Yeah, my mom.
yeah, it's nice. It's like a different playing field. Yeah, and wine is different too.
It makes you
Like,
talk
it make
about
you
things
less
that you just don't. Yes, that you just don't talk about.
That's
like,
why I
it's
want to
like-
have it with mixing baby.
I'm not opening a bottle of wine with my mom only because she drinks like 2 glasses max, and where's the fun in
But I
that?
mean, that's a lot for
That's
her.
a lot
She's
for
probably,
her,
like,
yeah.
drunk there.
She's not. She
I
she
mean,
has
a
a thing
bottle
about
is
being
fine.
drunk. She thinks that that's the worst thing in the world. Like when I said out loud that I was drunk before, she was like, and I was like, well, what do you? But
what do you drink for?
like, or what do you think? What is your definition of drunk? Your definition of drunk is what you see on the TV with people stumbling with like, you know. But like my definition of drunk is like, where the party at? Jughead?
Has she ever been drunk?
No, I have not been. First off, that lady told me don't talk about her on this podcast.
So sorry, mom.
I definitely said only one
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So sorry, mom.
Meanwhile, my parents are like Googling all of our names trying to find this one. I want to watch this.
It really
gonna find it.
isn't hard to find it, I don't think.
I'm
It's
unfindable.
really not.
What do you guys think your parents would like do if they actually heard an episode?
What can they do? Nothing is done.
I think my dad will laugh, and I think my mom would just think that I'm like.
Will she hate us? Like, will she
No,
be like,
she
oh my
definitely
God,
wouldn't hate us.
You can't hang out with them.
No, not like she more so would be like, sorry mom, I'm talking about you again. But, she would more so just be like, and she would feel the same way about all of us, just like
'Cause we're all her
sharing
kids.
things or whatever. But like And I used to feel like that too. Like I wouldn't say nigga on my Twitter, but it's like I'm not gonna run for president, bro. So like realistically at this point in my life, like I've just realized like I don't want to be the CEO of nobody's company. Like I don't wanna. I'm a flight attendant, and like I like to fly, and that is probably where I'll be forever and ever. Amen. But
and then like
I'm
also.
not, like, and people have sex, and people like drink, and people curse, and people like, you know.
And then also, I feel like in this day and age, it's like I don't even want to work for or with anyone who has a problem with me being like my true self, like who I am.
Wow, that was my issues this week.
But like I don't want to work in that environment where I have to code switch. Like I think that we kind of have talked about that before, where it's just like I am at the point where it's like, no, like this is who I am, and so you really have to accept it. And it's just like it's just because it's basic things that we do that I feel like others feel a way about, like just the basic ways that we talk, or the basic, oh she's so aggressive, or oh she's so. It's like, no, I'm literally just saying how I feel, and now I feel like because I'm a woman and I'm a black woman, now I'm aggressive because I'm saying what I'm saying, and it's like, no.
I show my aggression at work sometimes.
I do. But like, how do you speak at work? I just noticed that I say stupid things like awesome and
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wonderful is my shit. My assistant recently like said that in an email and immediately texted me and was like, I felt like I was channeling you because I said wonderful. And he was like, I'm sorry.
But like, I just feel like that is not how I speak to my friends. That is not how I speak to like. But I get on these plays and I'm like, awesome, great, yeah. Like
I think everyone does that. It just
But I need to stop. Because like, and then, but it's also because half of the time I don't know what these people are talking about. They get on this airplane and they just start saying stupid things, and I'm like, what? Like this guy walked on the plane and he's like, where's the peanut gallery on this thing? And I'm like, yeah. Like, I don't know. Answer. No, I'm just like, all right. Like, but it's not funny, bro. Just go sit down.
I saw a meme that said like fake laughing with a customer is a top tier skill.
Yeah, I saw that too, and it really is,
I just
bro.
don't laugh.
Nah, I be having to laugh.
I literally can't even imagine you like
I just be
switching.
I feel like she doesn't.
She
I feel like
doesn't.
it's very fake.
She doesn't. I've heard this girl on FaceTime on the phone, and she'd be like, "Okay, well, ma'am, yeah. Well, I can't do anything about that. I'm really sorry. We don't work over there, so I'm sorry."
If I allow them to keep going, like I'm not gonna get anywhere, so I have to just like.
But she's cutthroat with them every time. She'll cut them off first quarter.
Because if I don't, then it's just gonna.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I literally am trying to envision Britt being like, oh my god, like I just cannot even.
She would never.
I wasn't even like that as a cheerleader. I hated cheering. I did not smile. My coach was like, hey, she told my mom, she's like, your daughter's not smiling. And my mom's like, Britt, you better smile. I don't want to smile. I don't even want to cheer. You made me.
That's funny. So, well, this topic kind of came up because we had a friend who was asking us, like, so I hooked up with this dude and, hooked up, like, we had sex. And, because, hookup mean a lot of things. People say hookup, and it'll be like, oh, we just made out, or I don't know, but it was all the way. And,
Third base.
And that person hadn't hit them up in like 2 days or 3 days, like 2 or 3 days. And I was just wondering, it made me think like that would be a great topic for us to talk about, like how long after having sex with someone should you hit them up or wait for them to hit you up?
What's your question?
I have a question. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm answering question with a question, but what is their like status?
It was their first date. Like it was like their first date.
Oh, first date.
Oh, like they
and
went
then
out on a date
Yeah.
and then it ended up.
So
But
that's different.
Not
But
like
had they
that.
been talking for a while before him?
Not
or
like
no?
that, no.
So this was just.
That's different.
We met
That's
because,
different.
we were
It's understood.
met
Yeah.
somebody.
They probably interpreted it
Much more casual.
as like a
Yeah.
one night stand.
Not like what their intentions were with each other, type of thing.
So does that mean that you think that, not that you think that, but after, if you have sex with somebody on the first night, then it can't lead to more than that?
No,
It can't
that
be
is
more
not
serious?
I don't.
What'd you say?
It's her.
She said no comment.
Sorry, so.
But you gotta catch how she suddenly adjusted the ring after she said it.
It could last a long time.
Very
long time.
Honestly, I think it depends on, I don't know. Because that's tricky, because I wouldn't mind texting someone afterwards, but it depends, like,
If the sex was trash, you
I
wouldn't
really
want
don't know. Because that situation makes it different now that I'm thinking about that. Because, like, if that were to happen, you know, I had sex with someone, like, when he left,
She
I would,
like edited herself.
right?
Like comment
Like,
in the
I wouldn't
text.
mind, like, texting them immediately, not immediately after, but I wouldn't mind texting them later on, like, or the next
What would your
day.
message say?
As far as
What's
I'm
up?
concerned, she
Or let me know when
she
you
did.
home or
She
something like
texted
that.
him the next day, like, or not the next day, that day, like, oh, hope you made it home safe or whatever.
And if you don't,
And I think the person responded then,
okay.
but it's just like after
After.
that there was
Oh.
nothing for some time. But my whole thing
Well, I
was
mean-
like, why can't you hit them up?
yeah, like, I think that's fine. He
So you're talking
responded.
about in terms of like a woman and a man, like who should hit up who first, or how
after
long?
sex though. Yeah, like
Yes, how long?
specifically after sex though, because even
don't
if
even
it's
think
not
it
a one night
matters.
stand, right? Even if it's not a one night stand and you've gone on 3 dates with somebody, right? It's still new as hell. That's not your boyfriend, right? And then having sex for the first time also kind of like, you know, that takes you to this next level regardless of when you did it. You know, I feel like it puts you in a different space.
Yeah.
And so then I'm just like, I agree that I don't think it's too crazy that he didn't hit her up in 2 days
Oh, I
or
do.
whatever that is. I don't think that's too crazy.
2 days is long.
I'm
No,
so sorry.
means
Did
that
you
means you're
enjoy
not-
yourself?
Exactly.
Like, what's going on? Like, 2 days is not happening the next day because we go together now at this point. Like, that's just what it is. You are my
I'm talking to
boo.
you on the way
Baby.
home, like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like,
Because what would the possibility?
realistically-
What would the conversation be after 2 days? Like, what are we talking about? Like, what have
The
you been
same
doing
thing
for
you're
2
gonna
days?
talk about the next day. Yeah, you can
don't
talk
know.
about.
So you're gonna hit me up
Confidence.
72 hours later, like, oh, what's up?
No.
You tell me, like, nigga, was your phone call off, nigga? Like, what happened? Like,
Yeah, no, I
you
don't
need,
think- I don't think
some
that's
bill
why I'm
money,
just like-
I don't
Some
think
money.
that there's a time limit. Like, if we do, and we can both hit each other up, but if you do not, then there's like a problem.
no, tomorrow.
And
And,
I'm not
possibly
doing it.
I was
tonight.
gonna say the
Right, that's
night
what I was gonna say
of,
too. What's
I'm
wrong
not
with
doing
what?
it.
Why
or
not?
even if it's early during the day,
It's
by
not
nighttime you
applicable.
should have texted me.
Because at the end of the day, there is a stigma, and it's like
No,
But
it's
like,
Yeah.
if
not.
you
play
gave it
into
up,
it.
then the nigga the least you could do is fucking hit me up.
Yeah,
Like,
and you
period.
better, and you better.
No, but I don't care. I could hit you up as well. The same thing.
I'm
Like,
not-
no,
I'm
I
toxic.
think
Don't-
no, because no, I
It's not
just
even
think
about
that
being
because
toxic,
I'm
it's what
older
you're
now. When I was
comfortable with.
younger, maybe oh my god, I'm so scared.
No,
to,
I'm
but
older.
like
Yeah.
now,
I
I
can't
don't
do
know.
it.
I mean,
grown.
I guess maybe
Yeah.
now I would
Bitch, what's
maybe.
up? What you doing?
Especially if I felt this way, because like my thing
But I'm
is-
saying
It's kind
something
of
rude.
connection.
But I'm saying, but my thing is that
Absolutely.
we all sit here and talk, and we know that dudes like they just don't be thinking
Ah.
like the
Ah.
proper way,
Yeah.
and so like if we sit and constantly wait for
It's
what we're
never gonna
expecting a
happen.
nigga to
Yeah.
do, they're not gonna do that.
Ah.
Shit. So
This is why you just don't have expectations.
right, so
That's
that's why
sad.
you take,
No,
but not even that you
no.
don't have expectations. You just take your own shit. You can
Do
only
what you
expect
want.
anything out of
Yeah.
yourself. That
I-
you can set expectations for yourself.
That I'm
And
never
that's
hitting you
it.
up. So I'm never gonna do
I would
it.
hit you up, but I'm gonna say something like,
Real
"LOL,
slick.
you alive?"
I think that in this scenario, the person that we're talking about, they ended up hitting the person back up like, so I guess I was trash, or like,
Or I was like,
so
and
was
I
I
don't want
trash?
That would have been my second text. That would have been my second text after that.
First of all, I never
Never.
text that because I know it wasn't
Never.
trash.
I know it was. That's what she said to us.
I would have said something not trash, but like, oh, like, did you enjoy yourself? Hey, just want to make sure everything was good.
She
Just
said
reaching out.
afterwards, I don't even
because-
know why I said that because I know this pussy's bomb.
Hello.
Because it's like you want to draw something out of that person, and you also want to let them know that, hey, if we link again, like, this is not okay. Like, I need some feedback. I need something. I need, like, you know what I mean?
I think that also, it kind of can depend on your relationship with sex, right? Because, you know,
how you establish our relationship means a lot.
Because
if it was just established as like I don't talk to you like that, I haven't really.
But it's the first date, so there was no like establishing happening.
It had to be some kind of connection.
I don't know were they talking for a super long time, but like, yeah, okay, so you know it's COVID, so it's not like you can just go out to the club and meet, you know. So they met online. Like they had been talking online for I don't know, maybe a week or something like that before they went on a date finally, and then the connection was
when it comes to the app, you know, people
because people kind of make assumptions and they kind of feel like it's. I feel like it depends because I feel like it can be very casual. So it's kind of like almost like you know what it is, you know what we're doing.
But other people are really on there looking for love, bro.
Some people are. Some people
a lot of people are.
But some people are on there just.
But also, just because you had sex on the first date does not mean anything.
That you're
like
not pursuing that.
Yeah, like our connection was strong tonight. Like that, it was that strong tonight that we decided to have sex, and then that's why I can kind of not. That's why. But I can kind of understand.
I don't know. I feel like if it was good, they would hit them up.
But
because I'm really trying to think about it. If it was really a connection, and if we really had sex, and it was like, we're here, you're not gonna not talk to that person the next day. Like
because it's all it should be all you're thinking about.
Right.
But so what if it's reversed? What if it's the girl that dodges the boy that she's had sex with?
But he should still text her.
But what if he's just as nervous? Like I feel like we put these
nervous.
Yes, because we.
Boy, you've been up in this thing.
But
what you nervous about now?
I feel like we put these expectations.
But like Soldier Boy, nervous.
I know, but we put these expectations on what a man is supposed to do for a woman, and men are just as shy, just as everything as we are. Yes, they are.
However,
you weren't shy last night,
and neither was she. So why
48 hours ago because it's been 2 days.
So get your grown ass who just popped it open for me and text me then. If you so grown, I'm just as grown as you are. We just did the same thing.
Oh
my God.
Guys, men, fellas, you know, and my ladies, 48 hours after you have encounters with someone is way too long to let it go. So,
if you're trying to move forward,
well then we didn't even talk about that. What if there's a discrepancy between that, especially if you said that the person's excuse or what they said was that they have a busy work week. Like I'm gonna interpret that as like
as what?
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like you said, you make time for what you want to make time for.
But like if they had been talking for a week before that, you were giving me some kind of like. You were giving that person some kind of like something for them to feel like that I fit into your work week because we've been talking for a week.
And
you had no problem communicating with me for this week before you got this. Boy,
what she said?
What if you were on vacation? Boy, you better submit another day to text me back. What you talking about? I'm for real. That's rude.
No, but then again,
it's rude only because now that I think about it, like you said, if they were talking for a week and then you're gonna give me the weak ass excuse of, oh, I have a busy work week, nigga. I'm not asking for you to FaceTime or show up or to link me again. I'm just asking for you to communicate something. Like you did enough to get like what you wanted essentially. Like. So you could do the same now.
I really agree, but I just don't think that it's only on one person. I just don't think it's one-sided. I think that both, like if it's been however long that you start to feel a way, I think that's when you should be like, hey.
But it depends a lot too on what what it was before. Like were you texting me good morning every morning?
I don't think that matters though.
No, it does. It absolutely does.
Because
Because all of this plays into that's not true. Because I played into this and I gave you and I engaged in this with you because of the way you were treating me and the way that you made me feel. So if after I have sex with you, you completely switch that around and and now I have to start taking initiative. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. That's not my role. I don't ever take initiative. I haven't taken initiative for this whole time before this. So like now I'm stuck in this uncomfortable position to do something that I haven't been doing this whole time, and so that's a bit unfair to me.
It is. That's true. That's true.
And this is why you better get money.
That's why you just have to talk to them on their way home. That way they just know to call.
But that's the thing they did. She texted him when like.
And the person texts back.
Or whatever. Yeah, the person texts back like.
This
Okay,
is after,
then
now
I
it's
would
been
have
2
just
days since
If there was a
that.
connection, I'm gonna text you.
Yeah.
So maybe you didn't feel a connection, which is like
But-
cool, but like.
Okay, so
But then do you expect him to tell you that
in
now?
essence, even if
Your
it's not
pussy was
getting
hard.
there, I feel like you still, no, yeah.
What
So
were you
I
saying?
feel like even though if you guys aren't trying to pursue each other, I still think that it can be a conversation like, yo, that was great, but you know, like,
Yeah.
we
I'm not
can be
looking for
friends.
anything serious.
No,
really what
no,
you're-
you don't tell me that after. This is something that we should have talked about before.
But maybe he realized it after y'all had sex.
No, well, don't give me no BS like I'm not looking for anything right
Okay,
now.
so you rather me tell you that I didn't enjoy your sex?
Yeah, or
No.
maybe not like you didn't enjoy it, just something like that.
The
The vibe was off.
Awkward,
Something
yeah.
I was a bit
Because we thought it was the first date, so
uncomfortable.
But
Like,
how
it was
much
the
was
first
the
date.
vibe off after we had sex? Like the date had to be good
Enough for
great
you
enough.
not to fucking text me.
Right,
the
but
next
I'm saying
morning,
the date had to be great enough for you to have sex to get to the point where you guys
No,
can
it
have sex.
didn't.
These
Maybe
are
not.
actors. Remember that.
I was that
Sour
exactly.
bitches.
Both of them, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so even at that point, then he got to step up and be like, "Oh, I thought this was this. You know, I'm sorry if you thought this was that, but this is what this was for me."
Yeah.
You know, but regardless of even that, like,
48
what were
hours
you
too
saying? No, what were you saying
That's
in that week that you said they were talking
Maybe you
prior
think about
to?
it.
To make me feel like this is what you wanted, to make me be comfortable enough to say like, oh, here, have this. This is why. Listen,
What if it was the liquor? I also feel like you shouldn't have expectations that soon either if it's like that short.
Grant, yeah, I
shouldn't
agree.
have- you don't
I
have that
agree.
much
I wouldn't be in that
expectations, why-
situation.
Because sometimes
Some
sex
people,
isn't
yeah.
like
That's
sex
my
is
point.
literally just
Connection.
sex to
Exactly.
some people. Like sex is
It
just
does.
And
sex.
sometimes you get a ring.
Like, sometimes you get lucky.
Okay, I have another question then. So did she expect anything like to come of this after they had sex? Like
It
that?
don't matter.
She couldn't have been.
Because
She
at the
did,
very
but
least,
she
I'm
did.
expecting a
Because
text
she felt
message.
away.
Yeah.
At the
least a
very
text
least,
message.
I'm expecting a text
At
message.
least a
I'm not
text
saying we
message.
gotta get married. I'm not saying we gotta be boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm not saying nothing, but you won't link me.
All right.
Yeah. I now hearing y'all, I hear both sides. Because at first I was just like, bitch, I only know you for a week. Like, I ain't finna be pressed on you. Like,
don't
because I
gotta
also don't want you to feel like I'm pressed on you. know what I'm saying? Like that in
It don't
between.
gotta be.
Right, we have sex, but I don't want you to feel like I'm a thirsty nigga at this point or something. You know, I was just, I don't
Thirsty
know.
to say what's up.
But
We
then
don't even
again,
gotta talk about the
I
sex.
don't know. It's just like, I don't know.
I don't know.
What if he didn't think he performed great and he was embarrassed?
No. Get the
Nigga,
fuck
you
out
I'm
of
just
still
saying
say
real
hi.
shit. Like real shit. Like real shit. What if he was like, damn, I came. What if he felt like I came very fast and wow, that's embarrassing.
Still hit
I
me
don't
up
know
to
what
see
to
what
say.
my attitude is.
Exactly. Maybe it was the best 48 seconds of my life.
You don't know that because I haven't talked to
I
you in
don't know.
2
I
days.
just feel like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks is still a little too early to be like attached.
No,
or,
definitely.
like-
But the question, regardless of that, because no matter what, I could have been talking to you for 6
If
years.
you're a gentleman,
And then we had
you'll
sex,
hit her up
and
let
then
her know what it is.
I don't know.
If
I
you're a
don't know.
gentleman.
Or she
You'll
can
just
let you know.
if
And
you're
there's
if
no
you're
foreigners in the
if
whole
you're
world.
and I'm not I can't say if you're a man because that's like stereotyping in a sense. But if you know
you're a
gentleman,
then
Or
you
if
would
you're
just
like
have that conversation, even if it's a text, like you know the next day, and then maybe
Or
it's
she can
no
text
text
you
after
the next day
that.
because you both had sex. Not only he had sex. with
No,
you,
I get it. I'm just saying, but
I agree.
I just think that the
I
whole
know.
waiting
It's
game.
just- you gotta be
I just
honest.
think that the whole waiting game is like
Yeah, no, I'm not
ridiculous. Like
trying to
as soon as I feel like it's been too long, like hey, what's
But
up?
you
I
have
don't
to
have a
take into
problem with that.
consideration. You have to take into consideration.
And what if he's
It was
like,
a
hey,
little
what's
bit
up?
harder for her to drop her pride, especially.
No, it don't gotta be.
No,
that.
listen. If after he left, she reached out to him and texted him like, "Hey, just wanted to make sure you got home safe or what." Like
She
did
so
her
now
reaching out.
exactly, you know.
So
So
now it's your
now
turn
2
to-
days
But he
later,
texted
it's like am I doing the most if I hit him again? Because you know what I'm saying.
Like you just said, what if that's been their conversation? I don't know how their conversation was, but what if she's always been the one to hit him up? What if that is her?
And that's why I said that's why I said that changes a lot. It depends on what their relationship was before that.
Yeah.
Like
at that point, anyone can text back first. But if maybe the conversation doesn't go forward after that, or it's like a little more stale now, then you know where you stand.
What I will say is that the human body needs 8 hours of rest. So there's no way I'm giving a nigga 14. Sorry.
Honestly, I also think it depends on how much I liked you as well. Because if I ain't really care.
I mean, but if I had sex with you, we go
But
there.
like
But then if sex was just sex, then she wouldn't even question why.
That's what I'm saying. What were
she questioning it
That's
from
what
that
I'm
person?
saying. Because if I don't like you that much and it was what it was, then hey.
Then that's
we'll
it.
go
I
on.
don't like
But
that.
we're going. I think
Yeah,
we're also
I'm
going.
just saying
I think we're going
for people.
specifically for this.
Okay.
But
I'm just
we've
saying
been
in
asking
general.
generally.
Yeah.
Not specifically
Me in
for her.
general.
General,
If
if
I
I have sex with you,
Go
you're
to
my
our
boyfriend,
boyfriend,
girlfriend,
if we have
you're
sex,
my
we're
come
going
to
to
then
bed.
get married, then come to baby.
Okay, Jeannie, are you thinking what I'm thinking, Jeannie? Okay, because we ain't gonna say it. We ain't gonna say it.
Sometimes it is what it is.
Because some people in the single club.
Okay, but also.
I'm just
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right. What's the next question?
Okay. So the next question is, can your partner be cool with their ex?
Their ex got a new partner? That's a legit question.
No, that's actually.
I don't care if they do or they don't. No.
No, I care.
The answer is no for you?
The answer is no.
So when I saw this was a topic that was originally for me, it was like no, but then I thought about my ex and like how platonic that relationship was. Like, but then I also thought about the fact that now that I'm in a new relationship, he does not speak to me anymore.
Because he likes you, and that's why he kept that going.
Right, but it doesn't change the fact that the relationship was platonic, and like if he wanted to, but if he wanted to like carry through with that, or if we were still cool or whatever, it would literally be zero disrespect to my current relationship because that's just the way that our relationship was, you know, and maybe he just respected me enough and what I wanted enough to keep it platonic, you know, but maybe me being in a relationship was too much, or maybe he has his own reasons. I really don't know, but my original answer that I wanted to say was hell no. But when I thought about that relationship, I was like, yeah, if their conversations, like if my boyfriend's conversations with his ex went the way that my conversation, I wouldn't be.
Because why are they even
First off,
But like, what happens if it literally just didn't work out romantically? Like, it's just really
I'm your friend, I'm your lover, I'm your homie. I don't need you to hang out with anybody else.
Okay,
Of course, they can have other friends, of course. Not other friends that they used to fuck.
Okay,
No.
so this is what
There's
I'm
a
gonna say.
difference.
I feel like if the ex was ever disrespectful or acted a certain way towards me or still trying to get with my partner, then absolutely not.
I agree.
I also feel like if your ex and me are cool and there's like, you know, something between that there, then that may be allowed, but you're not like hanging out with her or none of that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I also feel like it depends, because if 6 years, 7 years has gone by and your ex hits you up out the blue like, hey, how are you? That's okay as well. And
Of course. But that's what I'm saying. But a friendship is different from that. A friendship means y'all are talking on the regular.
No.
Like, no, that
ain't none of that
But what's
happening.
wrong? I don't see anything
Because
wrong
you
with
want to
it.
know why? Because you were out of my life for a reason, so you don't need to be talking to me.
No, you're out of my life romantically. I don't mess with you on that level anymore because we weren't compatible on that
So we
level.
should not be
So what's the point of us?
Because once we took like relationship out of the equation, we were cool as shit. And like you talk to me about what you dealing with, I could talk to you about what I'm dealing with, and maybe that
sounds just.
I'm saying, but I'm saying when I was single, like I could talk to them about that. like if I was in a relationship or after I got into a relationship, and maybe that is a part of why he stopped like even speaking to me, because he realized I had a whole new avenue of life that I wasn't talking to him about, maybe. And so I'm saying I respect the fact that he doesn't speak to me anymore or whatever, but I am saying our relationship was so platonic that I would be that if my boyfriend was having that same relationship with an ex, I would have no choice but to be comfortable.
But would not have
I don't.
You can't say that because
you don't know what the other guy. Yeah,
so what if that ex is like? Hell no. Are you crazy?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but you could like he liked me. Okay, great. That's obvious.
And he
to
tried
me
to
now,
you, which is disrespectful to your partner.
But no, he did not try to like once and again he would shoot his shot or whatnot. But I'm saying the bigger picture of the story was that we were very good friends, and that's all. So in the event that my boyfriend were to have a friend, the way that I even feel like I was a friend to that person, strictly friend, like I would not want to deny him of that, of like.
The only friend you need is me.
But no, you had a like you would have conversations with your ex every day. Like you're okay with your boyfriend having a conversation, even if it's a casual conversation.
Not
hey,
week, month,
I just ate breakfast. We're not talking about nothing, but I'm having a casual conversation.
Maybe every day is a bit much.
Right, I don't think that they should be
excessive.
freaking best friends. Like they can't be best friends. Like that can't be like the thing. Like if we're having a kid, you're thinking about making this bitch your my godparent. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't be close. You know what I'm saying?
I also feel if your ex does contact you, you can let your partner know. Just out of
absolutely.
You should. A lot that happened to me, and I'm like, did you text back? I want to know how she doing because I wanted to know. But that's just me being.
Y'all see me?
I have like
give me that phone.
My high school
I don't say give me.
boyfriend. We talk probably every holiday. He called me and said he was having a baby. He called me when he married or proposed and then married his girlfriend. Like it's literally just platonic. But we don't talk every day. It's like okay, happy birthday or
because ultimately
because we still got love for each other.
That was a big deal in my life. Like I just feel like it's unfair to even cut somebody out. Like. And I guess it's depending on the situation, but regardless, it's like
it depends on how it ended.
Or what if they cut you off? Because
I didn't. I just said if you ended like in a horrible fight, or that's what I'm saying. Like if you ended.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't even want to be friends with that person, probably. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and then at that point, there's no reason why y'all had to get to a level where you guys want to work it out and squash it and be what like. My thing is, maybe this is what it is. They can't just go from your ex to like now y'all starting to try to be, now y'all are starting to be, no, but if that is your ex, as I had an ex from X amount of years ago,
so
and we are, and we're, no, not even necessarily a long time ago,
our
but
friendship was established before
prior to my relationship. Y'all had to have had a platonic friendship established prior to this relationship that you and I are in now, for me to be okay or cool with this. Because like you're not gonna sit me down one day and be like, oh yeah, so my ex just hit me up and she wants to be friends.
Yeah, because literally what made me think about this conversation, honestly, like, oh, this is perfect to think about it. What made me think about this conversation was Insecure. And granted, Issa and Lawrence ended up getting back together, but it's like you have the same friend circle. So it's like, yeah, we're exes, right? Like I don't talk to him no more, but now all of my friends are his friends. So we're gonna see each other, we're gonna be together. We have to, like, not that we have to be around each other, but we're gonna be around each other because now we have the same group of friends. Like we literally have the same group of friends. So what are you like? I would be upset if my partner was like, oh, you can't be friends with this person, when it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, am I supposed to stay home now? Like,
no, I think you was on like, hey, what's up, and
keep it moving.
See you later. Bye. But we don't have nothing to talk about.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said initially when I read the question, it was hell no for me, but I had to be realistic and think about my past experiences and like
It's possible
Because
to actually be
there are
platonic.
sometimes, but yeah, and there are some times where you are in a relationship and there are people that you've dealt with before, and like they're your friend, and then like they try still, you know what I'm saying? And like it's just like,
But
okay, like, are you my friend or are you
really
still
disrespectful?
Then they say,
Oh,
well,
your relationship.
No,
that's not your friend.
Exactly, baby.
Like, that's not your friend. Like,
No,
if you don't have respect enough for me in our relationship to not try and hit on me, then you're not my friend. And then yes, dead that relationship. That's not somebody you should even be trying to be friends with. But if you can seriously if you can be somebody's friend, like that like if you can legitimately be somebody's friend, I think it's fucked up for your partner to tell you can't be friends with them.
What if you don't want to be your partner should not tell you who you can and can't speak
exactly.
to. However, I think you should. It's up to you. Like if you have that much like respect for your relationship, you're going to know who you can and can't talk to.
That makes sense.
You get what I'm saying? So it's ultimately up to you to know that okay, like if my partner finds out that he said this or did that, he'd be upset, and I'm still friends with this person, then that makes right. However, if it is a platonic thing, there's still some boundaries that person, you and that person have to have in order for that relationship. So you
that's what I'm saying.
Of course. Like, and all of that makes sense, and all of that is about respect, and all of that is about your partner should know you. You know what I'm saying? Your partner should know you as a person and know that you're not going to disrespect them. Yeah. So why would you question me about who I'm being friends with or anything like that? Like, I'm with you. I would never disrespect you. I would never have you out here looking crazy. So know me to know that I'm gonna know when I need to cut this friendship off because they're being disrespectful or whatever the case is, or how to set my boundaries or whatever the case is. But you cannot tell me who I can and cannot be friends with. Yeah. Like that.
Not even be friends with, like speak to. Like you can't tell me who I can speak to. Like we're both adults. I'm not gonna tell you to do. You are your own.
I'm gonna tell you. Like, and honestly,
I just feel like if you know my heart and you know what hurts me,
and you still want to be friends with that person,
what if they don't know that and you just don't?
But if you express that, like, hey, I feel uncomfortable with so and so because of this.
Or do not talk to this person.
No. You know that person's true heart. You know how that person feels if you do certain things or if you talk. So I think that it's up to, I'm saying I don't think your partner should tell you what to do. Like, you're a grown person. I'm not going to tell you who you can and can't speak to. But if you know that this hurts me, that you're doing this and you choose to do that, now it's on me to make that move to be like, peace. Because that's your choice.
Period.
Like, you're choosing to have that conversation with them. Now it's up to me to be like, all right.
And then it's like, what are you telling them no for? Like, what is the reason? Like, okay, let me tell you. I put my business, I don't care, I put my business out there. Like, the one person that I tell my partner not to talk to is the person who they cheated on me with. You can't talk to the person who you cheated on me with. Like, why the fuck? Why would you even choose to do that?
That's a given.
But it's not though. I've learned it's not a given. You may have to let them understand.
That's you telling them. Yeah, you express your feelings. So now it's up to your partner to decide.
Baby, that's why y'all energy when I walked in this room and said everything that I had expressed before that one y'all energy. So I'm trying to understand. When I said I've said that before, I've
no. I understand.
But now you said all those things that bother you. What are you gonna do about it?
Period.
Yeah, absolutely. But I am just saying just now that the energy's a bit different.
Well, we had a little liquor.
It's a bit different.
And maybe
I don't even remember whatever.
You want to know maybe why I feel so strongly about like not having to keep in contact with exes is because I have them and I do not talk to any. I follow them
because
on
you
social media.
understand. You
Like,
understand. You don't deserve. Maybe y'all don't have that. You understand how they would relate to how they don't deserve life with you.
To an extent, yes with her, but she is also just like,
I don't have time
baby, I ain't with you no more, so why I gotta talk to you no more?
No,
like,
so
that's how
why
she
am I
feels.
texting you happy birthday if I don't talk to you on the regular?
Right.
Like,
who are you? Like,
I text you my birthday.
but why?
Regular.
Because you know, like I get it, but you're not like in my life anymore, a part of like what I'm doing. So like, why am I going out my way to text you? Happy Merry Christmas.
I stand in a weird position on this. I stand in a weird ass position on this
just
because, like I said, originally my answer was no, but I would be like, y'all know we were very much cool and very much friends, and
you were
years,
definitely not even trying to make it anything more than
you know what I'm saying, and like he knew that, and I would say once in a very blue moon he would say, man, and it would maybe even be a funny comment like about
this is supposed to be
you know what I mean, and nothing wild, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's why now I don't know if that's why he doesn't speak to me anymore.
It is why
He doesn't know how.
And that is completely fine. But I am saying
that shows you that he is a good friend. To me,
That shows that he's a good friend. He had girlfriends between you and now.
Maybe he's a good friend, or maybe
you understood your point. You understood your point of view.
even when he had a girlfriend, I would know that like he would be with his girlfriend because they didn't live in the same city. And like I would know that he was there just because like I would call and he wouldn't answer and I wouldn't hear back.
But it's
and then like no, that's not respectful, not to your friend at least. And that's cool that you're in that relationship, but like I would tell him, I'm like, yo, you know, it makes me feel a little weird that like you're with her and you're not even at least just saying that to me so I can know like to give you your space for that time because this is nothing and I would never want her to think that this is something. Right. So if I'm calling you, like, you know what I mean? But, and I told him before too, I was just like, also, I don't want it to be like I just never call your phone when you're with her because like there's nothing like here.
But that's why you just don't talk because that just complicates things more.
But why would we not talk if this was like at that point in my life somebody who was like good to me and I was also good to them? You got some figuring out to do in your life if you feel like you're hiding this from your relationship.
Because he knows how he feels about you.
Yeah.
Even though you have your standstill in his mind,
that's why
I'm still going to try. I in my mind I still have a chance, so I'm still going. Even though in your mind there's no chance.
But there's also, but then that also leads on the respect you have for your partner and how your partner understands you. Like you know me, and like I said, I would never disrespect you. So you know that I'm not talking to this person to like try and be. Yeah, I'm not talking to them like that at all. And if I ever felt like they were crossing the line, I'd put my foot down. You know what I'm saying? And my partner should know that about me and should have that respect for me, and we should have that respect for each other. Like.
This is crazy.
I get it. I don't know why my motto is if you're not in my life and if you didn't make it this far with me, then.
But I'm just saying, what if like in the insecure situation they are in your life just because you guys have a similar friend circle, like you have a similar ass friend circle. You guys are always around.
I get that part.
You guys are in a fucking group chat together because all your friends are together.
Well, I'll respond just not to the messages that he texts probably. And I don't know. I guess. When we see each other, we'll be cordial, but there's nothing more. We don't have to text outside of that.
But that's you making more of a situation than it needs to be. Like that's you thinking like I feel like if I respond to him telling me happy birthday, now I'm being disrespectful as fuck. No, I'm saying thank you.
And then for example, I also think something that's like a little bit weird or whatever. At least like. For example, you and this person listen to like a music artist, and they drop a new project, and like they drop this project, and you know, oh my god, I'm thinking about this person, and I know that person is also thinking about me. Like that's a weird thing to not just be like, did you fucking, especially if it's nothing like disrespectful, but y'all also already have to have some kind of platonic relationship established already prior to your relationship for this type of shit to be okay. Yo, this just dropped. Do you fuck with her or do you not? Like, you know, just regular conversation.
Your man had a song with a girl that they like together, and he's hearing the song. He says, "Oh my god, you know something."
Maybe he still think about the bitch every time he hear it.
So like, what is the difference in
texting her and letting her know it's okay?
Not if it's not just like, damn, goddamn, baby, I remember we used to rock.
Yeah.
If it's on some shit like, yo, did you hear this? And then she's like, yeah, or ultimately, you have to make me comfortable with that relationship. I'm gonna fall back and I'm gonna see the way that this goes. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about this a bit on the last episode when it came to going through phones and all that. The very first time I went through this man's phone, because I was like, how platonic is this relationship? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That was the only reason why I even went through it or whatever. I didn't go through it. I went to a specific person to see, just to see that this was a platonic. Because if it's platonic, go for it. I don't business. Mm-hmm. And if you mess with this person 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 months ago, but in the and we've been together a month or 2 months or a year, so long as this relationship has been able to remain platonic in that time, I can't be upset. Because what am I going to do, sit and write on the fact that, maybe one day y'all are going to wake up and think that y'all want to have sex again? It's going to be the same thing for a bitch that you meet tomorrow at your job. Like, that you want to have sex with or what. Like, no.
To cheat on you, they're going
No, and I agree with that, but it's also different when it's someone that they have history with and have...
It's not different.
It's not real.
Yeah, temptation is real for an ex, for a new bitch.
Going to sit a fucking whole course, 4-course meal in front of somebody who started.
I feel like that's
they're gonna cheat, but what I'm saying is, why are you even tipping the scale in that direction?
But like that, this is platonic. I'm not tipping no scale.
I'm sorry, but that just says something about your insecurities about yourself and your relationship. You have a problem with what's going on. It has nothing to do. You have an insecurity about their relationship. It's platonic.
So because, for example, I'm just if you felt a type of way, you meet your nigga and you're with him and you know that he has Susie and Susie is a friend. It really doesn't even have to be somebody that he's even had a past with. You create a narrative in your head. I don't like the fact that him and Susie talk 2 or 3 times a week, and I don't give a damn if they talking about sports or what they talking about. I don't like Susie because I'm just saying why?
Because there was
it's the same thing.
It's not because of the relation and because
it could be an ex that they never even slept with. You're just uncomfortable.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Because we were in a relationship. We were in a relationship. So, like, why is it how long? Why does how long matter? It's my ex.
I don't know about that one.
It's my ex.
Sex doesn't mean y'all didn't have a relationship.
Bro, I just feel like if it's platonic and it's not disrespectful.
A specific question about a specific person, and you know the specific person, and if you've been friends with that person for a long ass time, and if somebody told you not to be friends with him, are you kidding me? And there's history. You would stop talking to them?
I have.
And so what is that about your friendship?
And you understood because, to your point, like you were saying about her situation, he was a good fucking friend. He was a good friend, and he understood when I was like, yo, and me and him, whatever, close as fuck for years and years and years. And he understood when I said, out of respect for my relationship, we cannot be this close anymore. And he backed the fuck off. And not even back the fuck off in a way of a.
But I think it's
intimate, but just
it's also different with him because
I do.
I just feel like y'all have an open-ended situation.
I think that that's so weird. Like, or like, because if this is platonic now, I don't care what it was in the past.
Just
maybe because that's what I'm saying, bro. When I saw this question, it was no, but I had to be realistic about it. So maybe you have had to even live it or be in that type of situation to really realize that something can be platonic about this. to like move forward. And I tell my boyfriend now, like, I'm just like, I'm not here to ruin any relationships that you have, but it's your duty to make me understand them and for me to know what's going on.
Hi, my friend. Let's go out to dinner. Let's have some
period. We all friends. You see, exactly. But I'm not.
I don't even think with my ex-boyfriend.
No, yeah, I don't even think
it's not. It's not something that happened.
The way it ended. The way your relationship ended makes it because that's not somebody you want to be friends with. Like that's just. I don't know.
My thing is, I don't even think it has to do with sex. Like, I don't think that they have to be having sex, but I don't want y'all going down memory lane. I don't want you telling her shit about me. I don't want to be in.
So you rather him go down memory lane?
No, I'm just.
You rather him hear a song about her and think about her.
Hear it and be in the car. If you want to shed a tear, but do not
by yourself. Shed the tear.
But don't because my thing is I don't want to be embarrassed to the next woman, so don't go telling her shit. And I would not tell a dude nothing about my relationship with you, like an ex. So don't go telling her. Like that is my thing. It's not about the sex. It's about y'all don't have nothing to talk about, especially not me.
So at the end of the day,
so no.
Talked about this for a long time now. So the point of the factor. No, I don't.
Did she just go off on us? No, I understand what happened. Going a minute.
All right.
I guess it's situational.
Yeah,
it's not even about the sex. It's about bitch. Don't embarrass me here.
Situational.
Embarrassing. We could have a whole nother topic.
Yeah,
on that.
because that's
but
what
people are also embarrassed off of different things. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Oh, do you remember that time we was at the playground?
Tune in next week when we talk about bitch. You better not embarrass me.
I'm not coming. I'm not coming. Right. Guess who's spell it.
Oh God, guess who sent that text? Okay, listen. I don't know what I was going through last night, but somehow I ended under my fitted sheet. I ended up under my fitted sheet. Who said that?
Wasn't me.
Okay, Shaggy.
Let me tell you, what was funny was when you were like, the scrunchie one.
Was it the flat one or the scrunchie?
My reply was, I don't even get under my flat sheet.
You're bugging.
So,
I hate that. So when you said that, that's why I was like, let me clarify. I also have another question. Y'all make y'all bed with the flat sheet?
No, let me tell you. Okay, no. Let me tell you. If it's one thing that pissed me off, it's a fucking flat sheet.
Yeah,
I don't want to make you in the morning because you
Okay, no, actually, I do. It takes me 5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh my God! And at a hotel when it's tucked in the back and you have to like literally yank it.
I don't yank it though. I like that it's tucked because then it's easy to make.
I don't like that.
You don't have to yank it.
She's
under what you have it. No, in the hotel, I go all the way under, and then I just if you touch so tight, I go all the way under. I'm like, every time. No, I have so much for because that shit comes out every night. I'm not recording for y'all next time. Y'all know I want a good demonstration.
She comes off.
Maybe you need to get a size eyebrow.
Maybe they do a size bigger.
It's because a king. I gotta get a California king size sheet.
We made.
And I made sure I got the deep pocket ones because I have a high mattress. I make sure I got the deep pocket.
No, my fitted sheet.
My shit comes off every single day.
My fitted sheet and I do put on a fitted sheet and a flat.
Why?
Because
it looks. Can I be very honest? And sometimes when I hear my mom and my aunts talking about certain things, I'm like, yo, I don't ever want to get old and talk about that. Yo, I'm not. I just think like that. I'm talking about exes. I'm talking about.
You a bomb ass crock pot or some shit, bitch, you'd be happy as fuck. If you got a new,
I wouldn't talk about it on the podcast. I would be talking about it afterwards, but I'm not gonna talk about it on the podcast.
We're gonna talk about it.
All right, y'all. Good night. Thanks for watching another episode of the Girls Chat podcast.
Oh, peace.
Peace out. Bye.